Last night, Donald Trump was interviewed by journalist Sean Hannity, and he brought up his theories about New York City's stated need for more ventilators. They're saying they need thousands more. What does the president think about it? Let's listen.
But I have a feeling that a lot of the numbers that are being said in some areas are just bigger than they're going to be. I don't believe you need 40,000 or 30,000 ventilators. You know, you go into major hospitals sometimes, they'll have two ventilators. And now all of a sudden they're saying, can we order 30,000 ventilators? So, look, it's a very bad situation. We haven't seen anything like it. But the end result is we got to get back to work, and I think we can start by opening up certain parts of the country, you know, Farm Belt, certain parts of the Midwest, other places. But
Okay, so the most important part there, and we'll get into the other places thing, but the most important part there is New York City is saying, or New York is saying, that they need, tens of thousands of ventilators, and I just don't think that that's true. That's what Donald Trump, scientist, diagnostician, medical expert, says. I guess they're just making it up. Brett, I guess they're just exaggerating.
It's not just him. It's also Dr. Deborah Birx today said that there are tons of extra ventilators just kind of lying around. We have 1 to 2,000. If they want them, they can claim them. And it's tough. You want to think, I don't know, there's something about her presence that makes me think, oh, I can trust her. And that's exactly why she's been chosen. That, and she agrees with the president. But just because you have like 45,000 cases in New York,
Yeah.
you would assume that a certain percentage of those, especially when you look at the graph, that is our increase in cases is a steeper incline in cases than Italy and China both had.
Yeah.
So what's unfortunately happening is they are trying to cover for themselves by saying that it's not a big problem. Look, and then point at numbers that are old by definition. And two, I think the second thing, I guess, is they're just looking at numbers that are old by definition. They are trying to say that, look, not all ventilators are being used right now. Who are you to plan? But all the other people who are running these states are saying, I need to plan. That's my job.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a while, and I'm not just trying to cover my own ass.
Yeah. The numbers, like you said, 45,000 cases, 519 deaths in New York alone. 134 people died in New York yesterday from this.
Yeah.
92,000 cases in the US, 1,400 deaths. And it's just shooting up. I remember yesterday I went to do a tweet updating the numbers, and the numbers were right at 69,000, so I decided not to do it. I decided to wait. And now we're at 92, and it's been less than a day since that. But Trump still, in that interview with Sean Hannity, was bringing up his, in a couple of weeks, we're probably going to be good. Really fast on that doctor that you mentioned, Dr. Birx. If you at home aren't sure if you should trust her, here's a quote from her earlier today. Trump is so attentive to the scientific literature and the details and the data. I think his ability to analyze and integrate data that comes out of his long history in business has really been a real benefit. So I think maybe not. Maybe not 100% trustworthy. Maybe she's trying to get in good with Donald Trump.
He's a marketer. He's good at marketing, and that's literally all he's good. He's excellent at marketing. He might be the best ever at marketing, and I'm willing to give him that. But you can't market your way around all these data points. And if I want to give Trump the benefit of the doubt, he's doing something that itself is absolutely maddening. Maybe he's trying to tell the stock market that there will come a time soon when things are back to normal. It is frustrating to observe that dynamic because these stock managers and all these business people are you think of them as titans of industry and people that are very, very strong and smarter than us and better than us. But if they just need some president to go, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. That itself is absolutely terrifying. But maybe that's what he's doing. But they need to take a step back and look at what the effect of his decisions would be. If he's sending certain parts of the country back, it's not like those parts of the country are absolutely quarantined from other parts of the country.
Exactly.
It might be that they're under-tested and more people in those regions have it than anyone knows, but they haven't gotten the testing on time to really identify the problem. And if you're sending everyone by Easter back into churches to all drink from the same cup of the blood of Christ, mouth to mouth, unless Jesus's blood is ever clear and 160 proof, more people are going to get sick.
Yeah. I don't think they do it mouth to mouth directly.
Well, it's not
But
mouth
I
to
get your
mouth, but
point.
like I went to Catholic school. It's just like, hey, it's weird. My wife
That's
has
true.
wine from last night on her desk. It's
Yeah,
like,
last
hey,
night.
it
That is
smells
not
terrible. But it's like,
it's not a high
hey,
enough
and then
percentage.
someone takes the thing and then they drink and then they wipe the glass with
Yeah.
a cloth and give it to the next
Yeah,
person.
not a good call, not sanitary. Let's go to a little bit more of Donald Trump from last night, more on the need for New York and other states saying that they need more ventilators and they need them soon.
And I get along with most of the governors. I don't like it, though, when some governors, I mean, I mentioned two of them, but some of these governors, they take, and then they complain. They take, and you do a great job. You build them a hospital. You do other than they're always complaining. So I don't like that. But
Yeah, so there have been a lot of, like, every day there's a quote where I say, no, that's it. That one quote, you can't be president if you say that. That thing that I just played for you, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're gonna shoot past 100,000 cases today. Maybe we'll hit 2,000 deaths within a full day. And he said they take when he sent New York 400 ventilators, apparently. And then they complain about it. They're just whining. I built him a hospital. What more do they want? Probably they want to not have 40, 50, 60,000 cases of coronavirus in the country simultaneously, or in their state. Probably incredibly worried about the number of people that are dying. What would you want out of your governor? If you weren't, let's say, like, if you're a Trump supporter, you live in Alabama, you want your governor to take it seriously, right? Like, if he thought he needed X number of ventilators, should he advocate to get X? Or should he accept 5% of X and then just, like, shut up about it? God, why are you whining? They built you a hospital. Let some people die. That is the message that's screaming from it. And once again, he congratulated himself again, super fast. In his remarks at the press conference yesterday, someone broke it down where they had the printout, the transcript, and they highlighted every section that was him congratulating himself, and it was 25% of the total word count of his address was saying how good of a job he thinks he's done as we shoot past 100,000 cases.
Yeah, and it's not just for the governors to ask and be happy for 5%. It's that they have to be nice to him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They have to genuflect. They have to say, oh, President Trump, you are doing such a good job. Thank you so much for every little ounce of what you're giving me. Thank you, sir. You're so great. And then turn around and another frustrating thing is he said, I mentioned two governors there. One was Andrew Cuomo, I assume. The other was Gretchen Whitmer, who he didn't even mention by name. He called her the young female governor. I think you and I know who I'm talking about. And he was actually talking about her. And I don't think he knows what he was talking about, or else he would have used her damn name.
Mm-hmm.
She had to come back and she tweeted back at him saying, hi, President Trump,
Yeah.
that governor was me. And I very respectfully asked you for things, but and here's what I need. So you said you stand with Michigan, prove it. We had our morning meeting for the main show, and Cenk was mentioning that that Whitmer is on, theoretically, I guess, rumored to be on Biden's short list.
Yeah.
So now, if you look at what Trump would be and what you would assume Trump would be doing, having known him for 3 years as president, he is picking political fights with people that he thinks he has to be enemies with in his reelection campaign. And so now who has he picked fights against? He picked fights against Michigan. And he's going to try to drive a wedge with Michigan, who's had it bad enough, hard enough for the last 15 to 20 years with the auto industry.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be, that might be Biden's VP if it goes there.
Yeah, and she said, by the way, I think in an appearance this morning, quote, what I've gotten back is that vendors with whom we've procured contracts, they're being told not to send stuff to Michigan. It's really concerning. I reached out to the White House last night and asked for a phone call with the president. So she seems to be implying there that people that they had already contracted to produce ventilators to sell to Michigan are being told not to ship things there. I mean, look, if she's making that up, that's insane and needs
There's
to
no
come
way
out.
she's
But
making that
yeah,
up.
exactly. I have to
especially because that's absolutely 100% in line with what Trump told governors to do in the first place. He kind of said, you guys are on your own. Go procure your own contracts.
Yeah.
So that seems to be what she did. And he then comes back at her by saying, no.
Yeah.
And not even telling her. Behind her back, it seems that he's negotiating. So he's going back on it. Maybe he saw the negative PR from trying to tell them to go fend for themselves. It's just extraordinarily frustrating.
Alpha move there. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.